Most chords we find in music are either three-note chords, triads, or four-note chords. Additional notes are often added, giving five- or six-note chords or more. But the most basic chord has three notes, the 1, the 3, and the 5. On a music staff it looks like this, or this. On a piano it looks like this, or maybe this. On the circle, a major triad always has this shape. You can move this shape around to any note on the circle, and it will spell out the major triad. A four-note chord is simply a three-note chord with the seven-note added. On the staff it looks like this, or this. On a piano it looks like this, or this, or this. These are major seven chords. On the circle, a major seven chord always has this shape. The sound of a chord gives the music an emotional quality. Besides the major chord, there are the minor chord, the dominant chord, the diminished chord, and the augmented chord, among others. Combining different combinations of the notes in a major scale produces three major triads, three minor triads, and one half-diminished triad. The circle makes it easy to see why. Let's use the C major scale again. The triad for C major is C, E, G. If we move to the F, the four note in the scale, this shape gives us F, A, C. The same shape starting on G, the five note, gives us G, B, D. But if we place our shape on the D, we get D, F sharp, A. F sharp is not in the C scale, so to stay in the scale, the three note in the chord must become F. This is the shape of a minor triad. This is D minor. Isn't there a D major triad? Sure, but it's part of the G, D, or A scales. The D triad is minor in the C scale. Moving on, if we try our major triad shape on the sixth note, A, we get A, C sharp, E. To stay in the scale, the C sharp must become C. Here again is the minor triad shape, giving us A minor. The same is true when we move to the three note, E. The major triad shape doesn't fit in the scale, but the minor triad shape does. This is E minor, E, G, B. Finally, moving to the B, we get something different. Two of the notes in the B triad, D sharp and F sharp, are outside the C scale. So the B triad looks like this, B, D, F. This chord is called a half-diminished. So our major scale can produce three major triads, three minor triads, and one half-diminished triad. And they are always in this order. Triads based on the first, fourth, and fifth notes are major. Triads based on the second, third, and sixth notes are minor. And the triad based on the seventh note is half-diminished. If chords are four-note chords, that is, with the seven added, these qualities are the same with one exception, the chord based on the fifth note of the scale. It's like this. The major triad shape fits just fine in the scale starting on G until the seven note F sharp is added. The F sharp is outside the scale, so it must become F. This is the shape of a dominant seven chord. Remember the half-diminished chord based on the seven note? This is B half-diminished. Notice how similar the dominant and half-diminished shapes are. Both include the tritone, which is the source of the tension these chords contribute.